Hey everybody, it's Mike from Orderflows, and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you can join me for today's video. I want to talk about accumulation and distribution, which are important concepts in the analysis of order flow. Okay, and it refers to sort of the buy and sell orders that are executed in the market, and it provides insights into the underlying market dynamics and can be useful for identifying sort of potential changes in market sentiment and price trends. All right, but before we jump in, if you enjoy learning from these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you never miss a new upload. And if you find today's video helpful, be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment below. I love reading your feedback. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but really what these videos are is for discussion on order flow. It's here so you can learn more about understanding the order flow. All right, so when people talk about accumulation, right, generally people will look at a chart and a simple bar chart, and they'll say, oh, there's accumulation down here and there's distribution up here. But okay, you're sort of guessing after the fact, right? After a low has been made, after a high has been made. If you read on, Wyckoff, he wrote a lot about accumulation and distribution. And when you're looking at the order flow, okay, you're actually seeing the volumes that trade on the bid, the volumes trading on the offer, and it can help you make a good decision on, is there accumulation taking place right now, right? Because when you're using order flow, right, you're using the most recent data in the market as it's happening. That's what makes order flow so unique as a tool and so powerful as well, because you are actually basing your decisions on what's happening right now in real time. Okay, and oftentimes you can see the bids. Well, always you can see the bids and the offers, and there's some times where it's a bit out of whack. Okay, so a perfect example is this bar here. Now I'm looking at the this is 10-year notes, right? It's a 4-range chart. I've always used a 4-range chart on interest rates. The 10s, the bonds, the 5s. Now you got the ultra 10s, ultra bonds as well. It just serves me. It makes it a lot easier to read as opposed to a minute-based chart. But really what you're doing is you're focusing in on the volumes that trade. Now, you're not trying to pick apart every single tick that goes through, but you're looking for things that stand out. Because what is accumulation? Okay, now accumulation and distribution is sort of the opposite sides of the spectrum. So I'll spend time talking about accumulation, and sort of the opposite is true taking place for distribution. I don't think I would need to go over that, but think of it in the opposite terms. Okay, so accumulation, right? It's sort of the process that institutional traders, investors, real money accounts, large traders are gradually acquiring a position in the market. Okay, and this is basically done in strategic manner, right? Why? It's because they want to avoid causing significant price movements that could work sort of against their objective of putting on a position. Okay, so during this, when accumulation takes place, right, it's characterized by increased buying activity, right? It's accumulation, right? And when someone's accumulating, they're buying. Distributing is someone getting rid of a position. So you're going to sort of see a combination of things. You're going to see high volume buying, okay? And you're often going to see an absorption of selling pressure, okay? So when you see a bar like this nice green bar here in the middle at 903, what do you see, right? You see some aggressive buying. You got a couple buying imbalances here, 1,116, 2759, but you also see strong passive buying here, people that are absorbing whatever selling is taking place, 4,270. Okay, it's actually your heaviest volume in the bar on the bid side. So you have some absorption taking place, you have aggressive trading taking place. Okay, and why is the absorption important? Well, it's going to keep price stable, right? Price is not going to drop. Maybe we get through the absorption by a tick or two, but if it's holding, right, and you have that strong buying, that is a sign of absorption. And again, distribution would be the same on the opposite side. Okay, you're going to look for some signs of absorption from the aggressive buying. Let's see if I could sort of find one here really quick. Okay, there's a few in here actually on this move down. Sort of the most obvious one is, in my opinion, is up here, right? 85.91. So you got some strong absorption you got strong buying coming in, but you got absorption taking place here, right? You have this buying imbalance, right? And then you see aggressive selling taking place in this bar and even in the next bar, right? As the market starts going down. So distribution and accumulation, the opposite sides of the spectrum. Now, it can be difficult for traders, especially those that are new to order flow, trying to, figure this out. You're going to be sitting, is this absorption, is this distribution, or is this accumulation taking place? Is there aggressive trading taking place? That is why, on the Orderflows Trader software, we have a tool actually to make your life a lot easier. It's called the accumulation distribution. So you just click it, right? And really to filter it out for stronger trades is you want to put passive traders are in control as well. Okay. So enable it and add passive traders in control. Then you click OK. And it will highlight the bars that have accumulation or distribution taking place. Okay. And it's going to color the box or a price level in the bar where accumulation is taking place. Why is it covering these areas? Because that's an area that ideally you want to be long from. So you can see, right, distribution, accumulation here didn't work. Accumulation, right, accumulation. People say, well, this one didn't go up. Well, you got the signs much earlier. Right now this bar is forming, just going back, in an evening session, right? This is the reopen here going up. Accumulation. Now, it's not just about finding the bar that has, a green candle with heavy volume on the bid side, heavier than any price level on the offer side. There's a little bit more that goes into it, but you could see, right, if there's accumulation, right, if there's, some distribution taking place, accumulation. Okay, this is during the number. This is actually right before the number, 7:15. But oftentimes, right, when I'm looking at accumulation, I'm not going to use this tool in every market. I think it's best suited to markets that are really driven by supply and demand factors, right? Equities driven by all sorts of things, right? It's driven by, politicians trading. No, it's driven by options activities. We're traders and a lot of retail activity, right? And, when you're looking at interest rates, right, it's a lot of overwhelming majority is institutional traders. So if you were to look at, like the whole curve even, go out to the ultra bonds, okay, same tool. Right? Where am I here? If there's any signal, right here, right? Accumulation, distribution, right? Signs of accumulation all night, right? From midnight, nice move up, here's distribution. Yesterday, right? Move up, distribution, right? Here's some accumulation as you're just going sideways in the morning, but you're not going to trade during the number. Even out into the 5 years, okay, closer in on the curve. Let's take a look here, right? Accumulation, distribution. And it's a great little tool, especially if you're just trying to squeeze out, a few ticks. Again, I know a lot of traders that trade the interest rates, and really they're just trying to squeeze out a few ticks here and there because they're able to move size. I mean, it's easy to move size in a market that trades a lot of size, right? You can see here, each price level, there's several thousand more or less. So it's easy to get in, easy to get out with size, right? Even today here, right? Just good size all around. And again, when you're thinking about accumulation and distribution in the order flow, it's going to give you insight sort of into the underlying market dynamics and, more importantly, potential future price movements, right? Again, it's not about trying to pick a reversal point. It's letting the market tell you, hey, there's potential distribution taking place. There's potential accumulation taking place. Okay, because accumulation patterns, may signal the potential for a bullish trend, while distribution may suggest the possibility of a bearish trend. Okay, and what makes it even more powerful, order flow that is when you combine it with other technical and fundamental analysis that you already use in your own trading, right? You don't have to use this in a vacuum, right? If you have a level, right? If you say, oh, you know what, my pivot level is up here at 19 and a half, right? There's a 19 and a half, and then you see distribution coming in. You could be more confident in that trade that the market could potentially sell off. All right, that's the beauty that sort of gets lost on people sometimes. It's not that you got to throw out everything you've learned about trading when you pick up order flow. No, when you start combining it with how you understand the market, tools that you're already using, it could be a big help for you in your trading results. So, I hope that explains a bit of, accumulation and distribution. And, just one last thing before I sign off here is, you hear the term markets are fractal. Okay. And really what that means is, concepts that work on a daily chart, weekly chart, if it's a legitimate way of analysis, it will work on a 5-minute chart. It'll work on a 1-minute chart, right? It's the concepts that only work on one specific chart type don't last very long, right? It may just be, a short-term thing. That's why people always talk about losing their edge, right? So, I developed an edge, but it's gone now. Well, it's because it was very specific for that moment in time, right? And, with order flow, you're able to see things sort of on a micro level. And, if when people talk about accumulation and distribution, they think in terms of long-term trading, right? Someone's accumulating a position to hold for months. But, when you're looking at the order flow, you could see when there's accumulation and distribution taking place in the short term. So anyway, guys, I'll end the video on that note. And again, that this is a tool that comes with the Orderflows Trader 7 software. It's called Accumulation Distribution, and it's more powerful when you add passive traders in control. All right, everyone. So take care, and I'll see you guys on the next video.